Hi, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZS News for the week of February 15th, 2021. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And I'm your co-host, Claire. All right, Stephen, what's our first update for the week?
Well, to get started, we would like to say happy birthday to two of the animals who live at the Detroit Zoo. Now, this is actually from last week, but Tiana, the chimpanzee, had her birthday on February 9th, so happy birthday, Tiana. And then Yarrow, the European wolverine, had his birthday on February 13th, so happy belated birthday, Yarrow.
We have some updates on Solaire's habitat improvements over in the Holden Reptile Conservation Center as Solaire prepares to return to his habitat here in the next several weeks. You may remember that large archway that we've been showing you week after week. This is the underside shot of it. And if you look up underneath, you can see they've installed all the heat lamps that Solaire will use to sun himself when he wants to get a little extra heat. So those are all installed and getting ready to work. The controls are also been put in for all of the heat racks, which is very exciting. All of these are steps that are just a little bit closer to getting him back into his home. And they've replaced the large pieces of plywood on the front of the building with some beautiful glass. And this is all bird collision glass. So there are little dots spaced apart on it so birds can see the glass. Birds typically can't see glass like humans can. And this will prevent any bird collisions or bird strikes on the front of the building while providing a whole bunch of natural light for the entire building. So there's a little bit more glass work to do on the building, but this was a huge step in getting this whole space ready. It looks phenomenal. We can't wait to have Solaire back in his habitat and enjoying all of these huge improvements to the space.
So next up, as we announced last week, Gorillas on the Line, the campaign is ongoing. And what that means is that if you have a used cell phone that you are looking to get rid of, rather than throwing it away, you can actually donate it by dropping it off at the Detroit Zoo. And these cell phones will be refurbished and resold if they can by an organization, or they will be recycled. And not only does that have an impact on reducing the amount of mining of coltan, but also those funds will go to support gorilla conservation too.
So you're saying this is a better thing to do with my cell phone than to continue to move them from like car to car in my center console? For a while there, I had like 4 cell phones, like from like the really old days, the ones that were like as big as a brick.
Yeah, I just have a cell phone box that I move, from place to place. But yeah, I should say I had a cell phone box because I donated them all to gorillas.
I actually dropped all mine off the last time we had one of these campaigns. So my center console in my car is now free of cell phones.
Awesome.
Just a reminder to all of those DZS members out there and anybody who's considering purchasing a DZS membership, the zoo is open to members exclusively from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on weekends. It's a great time to come out and visit the zoo. It's quiet. Morning is my favorite time to visit. So if you're looking to join up for a membership, another perk there. And if you are our members, come out and visit us.
All right, Claire, back to you for our featured story.
All right, everyone, we have a snow sculpture challenge. So this is an opportunity for you to be creative. We have quite a bit of snow on the ground right now, and it should be sticking around for a minute. So our challenge for all of you this week is to go out and create some sort of a snow sculpture and then send us a picture at education@dzs.org. And we will share those out next week on DZS News. And there is a little bit of an art to this. So Stephen, we were out trying to make a snow sculpture the other day, and it was too cold for the snow to actually pack and make anything. So we're gonna have to pick just the right day in order to make our snow sculptures.
I've been trying the past couple of weeks too. I've noticed the same thing. The snows, I actually went sledding. The snow's great for a lot of things, but it does take some, it takes some creativity. One thought is rather than packing it, think of other things you can do with snow to create some piece of art. And we also want to emphasize both Claire and I can get pretty competitive over things that you really shouldn't be getting competitive over. So this is a challenge, not a competition. Everybody wins just by getting outside and enjoying nature this winter.
Well said, Stephen, well said. All right, for our virtual education program preview for the week, let's start off with Monday, as always, DZS News with Claire and Stephen. So that's what you're watching right now.
And then Tuesday for Saving Wildlife. This week we'll be focusing on mud puppies.
It's one of
and
our
mud
local
puppy conservation.
one of our local conservation projects we're really excited to share some information out about. On Wednesday, we have a virtual habitat chat featuring the eastern indigo snake.
Well, on Thursday for Animal Welfare Tales, we will be telling the tale of how the staff at the Center for Zoo and Aquarium Animal Welfare and Ethics have assessed the welfare of the aardvarks who live at the Detroit Zoo.
Now, this is an interesting one too, because aardvarks are typically a nocturnal species. So some of the lengths they went through to observe the natural behaviors of the aardvarks at night. So definitely worth tuning in on Thursday morning for that one. And then we'll wrap up the week on Friday with the birds and the bees as we continue to bring that event that's usually held down at the Belle Isle Nature Center to you through a virtual means. And this week we'll be focusing on preventing bird strikes. So just like we mentioned with that new glass in the front of the Holden Reptile Conservation Center, ways that you can also help prevent bird strikes at home, at work, and at school, wherever you are.
And as a reminder, in addition to the virtual vitamin Z offerings that we share on Facebook and then YouTube, you can also find a lot of other great virtual educational content on the Detroit Zoo's website, as well as the Belle Isle Nature Center's website, like the Virtual Backyard, which is a set of video lessons and quick tips about engaging with the animals who share your local spaces.
And for all of our educators out there, including our homeschool parents, we have a variety of different programs available through our virtual learning labs. Again, if you visit the education tab of DetroitZoo.org, all of those offerings are listed there for your perusal.
Well, that's it for this week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, stay healthy, Detroit.